Good morning you guys, it's Karen, and you guys are so complimentary on my hair. A couple of videos ago I had my hair kind of like this, or I hope like this. I tried to recreate the look, but I'd had it curled by the hairdresser in that one with the GHDs. I didn't use GHDs this morning, or not GHD straighteners anyway. I used my GHD curve to do this, and then just stuck it up in my usual half ponytail. But of course I've got this extra little bit of kind of fringe now as well, so I don't know whether I achieved it or not, we'll see. But today I thought I would come and talk to you about some beauty basics that I use and never talk about. They're just things that I forget to talk about because they're basic, you know, but they are really important to me and really useful, and things that I've used for years. Most of them things I've used for years. So I wanted to come and tell you about them. So I've got things relating to hair, skincare and makeup. So let's start with hair. The first thing I wanted to tell you about is this headband, which is kind of a, I can't remember what you call these, but kind of bandana type thing, but it's one that kind of goes long like so. So I initially bought these. I actually bought a pack of them and gave some to my dad and his wife just before the first lockdown, because they were really panicking and wanting face masks, and of course face masks weren't in, well, you weren't able to get hold of them at that point. And so I got some of these, and he was able to pull it up over his nose and just use that, and that made him happy. So I got some of those, and I was using them myself as headbands. And then I bought another pack, and I absolutely couldn't live without these now. I really, really love them. So I use them as the headband, just, you know, to take the hair off my face to do my makeup. But what I actually do then is kind of put this, you know, where my hair is covered, and I do that when I'm doing my skincare at night. Now if I'm using oils etc, it just stops. You see how the way my hair sits around here, and it will stick to my neck, and I think it's been making my hair more sort of oily at the back, and so it keeps the hair off my face until my skincare's all sunk in. So it's really, really useful for that. And I also do the same thing when I'm washing Watson, because I have to lean over the bath and use a shower and wash him, and normally end up with wet hair and hair in my face, but this keeps it completely out of the way. So I thought I would share those with you, and you can get so many different beautiful different patterns and whatnot. I've got them mostly in plain, and then this one that is camo. I think I wore this in a video actually, because it is quite cool as a headband. The second thing is a hair towel, and this is one of my nicer ones. This is by, who is this by? Aquis, that's it. So this brand Aquis, I've actually got 3 of their towels, but, or 4 I think actually, but the other 3 that I've got are in white, and they're covered in hair dye. You know where I used to use those wash in wash out colours, they're covered in those. This one stays in my suitcase, and I actually take it on holiday with me because it's so small, you know, for this is a large one, but it rolls up really small rather than a big fluffy towel. And this one is much better at getting the moisture out of my hair. I've got such a lot of hair and such heavy hair, it takes a long time to dry, but using one of these versus using a normal towel always takes so much more water out, and it's also more lightweight on your head. You know, having a big towel on your head is quite heavy, but this isn't. It's lightweight, and I love it. And I have been using these and taking them on holiday with me for many years, and I absolutely love them. I wouldn't be without them. In fact, I might start using this one because it's a bit nicer and I'm not dyeing my hair now, and treat myself to a couple of new ones. Next is a hairspray. I haven't mentioned this before, but I thought I would show you it. It's the Mark Hill Freeze Hold Extreme Hairspray. And I think no matter what, over the years I've always had a hairspray. It doesn't matter what kind of style I've had, whether I've got straight hair or whatever, I've always had and used a hairspray. Normally on this bit of fringe, you know, if you've got a little fringe that's sort of in your face, this is what I used this morning, just under here, held it like that, and that kind of keeps it away from my eyes so that I'm not constantly playing with it, you know. But this is a super strong hold hairspray. I find that a lot of hairsprays say they're strong hold, they're extra strong hold, and they're not. This one really is. So it's not one that can claim to be non-sticky or non-crispy. It is crispy. You know, if I spray it on here, it will hold my hair, but it definitely will be crispy, you know. I love the fact that it's not got a top on it, so for the first little while after I buy it, I can just grab it. But as I've said to you guys before, because it hasn't got a top, if I don't use it for a while, it does dry up there, and you need to kind of use your nail to get the hairspray off. Otherwise, what I've done before is gone to spray it here and actually sprayed it in my eyes. But I really love this. This is my absolute favourite hairspray. The final thing for hair is my Tangle Teezer. This is again something that I have used for many years. I used to use them before it had the handle, you know, when it was just that part, and always wished that they had a handle. So as soon as I saw the ones with a handle, I bought one, and I think this is my third one that I've bought, just because I think it's a really pretty colour. I do clean them, they're easy to clean. Actually, what I need to show you is my brush cleaner. I'll show you that as well and see if I can find that for you. But this is brilliant, and this is the only thing I will use to brush my hair after it, when it's wet. So I have got a comb, a wide tooth comb that I use to kind of comb some conditioner through. Sometimes I'll use this, but usually this is just where I've washed, conditioned, rinsed my hair and it is ready to be blow dried, and I brush through this, and I don't use anything else. I don't use a brush to blow dry. As you guys probably know, I will either finish off with my Babyless Big Hair after blow drying, or I'll put it in Velcro rollers, but I don't use a brush at all. You know, I'm not one that sits there with a round brush like that. I've just never got the knack of it, and it's never worked well for me. So I brush through my wet hair with this, and then that's it. And this is just so gentle, you know, gets out any tangles. I do also use this daily in my dry hair. So if my hair's feeling tangly, which it has done a lot lately, this is the most gentle thing I can use. And so I'll brush through with this during the day just to get tangles out. Love that, wouldn't be without that. This is one of those things I would immediately replace if I didn't have it. This is my brush cleaner, and it's absolutely amazing. It's by Denman. I think it's rubbing off there, but it is by Denman. And so you've got this bit here, and then just a little end bit to really get in any, you know, small crevices, but you just go like this and you can get every bit of dirt out. It's absolutely brilliant. I've used this for many brushes over the years, and it's great. The only thing is this is really stiff, and so when you're cleaning it you need to sort of hold it away from you because it sort of sprays, if you know what I mean. So you really need to make sure that you're holding it well down in the sink. But if you're looking for something to clean your brushes, this is brilliant. Okay, on to skincare. I've actually only got 2 items that are essential to me. And the first one is makeup removing cloths. And this is fairly recent. This is probably 1 to 2 years that I've discovered these and fully used them. I've been using the face halo for a while, but I used it now and then. But when I discovered these makeup removing cloths and realised that they really do work, they're just perfect. And I'm having to sort of force myself to use up my cleansers and whatnot, or certainly my first cleansers, so you know, oily ones and balmy ones like that would first take off the first lot of makeup. I can use this, and then I can follow it with a second kind of cleanser if I feel like I need to, you know. But these are absolutely brilliant, and there's not one particular brand that I use. I think these came from Amazon. I've also bought a pack from Superdrug, you know, inexpensive ones, to see if they still work as well, and they absolutely do. So I couldn't live without them anymore. And again, this is something I'll be taking on holiday with me. We're going on holiday in a couple of weeks. I should have said that at the beginning actually, because there'll be no videos for a while probably. But yeah, I will take a couple of these. In fact, I'll probably throw these in my suitcase now, and that will just be perfect for taking off my makeup. And the second thing is related to self-tans, and it is something I did show these years ago, and there weren't many of them available, and it is luxury tanning mitts. Because the ones you used to get were the very thin ones that you would occasionally get one free with a tan set, or you know, sellotaped to the bottle of tan, but you could buy them singly. But they were very thin and kind of foam that you could rip. And then I discovered these luxury ones. I think these are becoming more popular, but just in case you had never heard of them, I will try to link them. This one is Australis, and this one is Thermal Labs. I've got a couple of different makes. Like I said, they are becoming more popular. But what's great about these is, firstly, you can put your hand in and put your tan on without it sinking through. I always found the thin ones, the tan just went straight through, whereas it doesn't on these. Whatever type of tan you use, you can put it all over. So I will use this one, say, put it on here, do my right arm, and then I'll sort of take it off like that, put my hand in, and it doesn't take any of the tan off because it's quite loose, and then use the other side to go up this arm. And it's really soft, and they just feel much better than those other kind of scratchy things. But also you can wash these. So these two have been washed so many times, like in the washing machine, you know, they've been washed. I wash at about 40 degrees, and I've just stuck them in the washing machine. The only thing I would say is I wouldn't obviously put them in with like a whites wash or anything. I normally put these in with, I've you know, once I've used up a big bag of reusable cotton wool or these, something like that, you know, and we'll put them all in together. My beauty blenders, I wash my beauty blenders as well. But I would totally recommend these if you're into your self tanning. I use this on my face as well. It's just, like I said, so much softer, really helps distribute, much easier than using your hands, and much nicer than those thin ones. Before I talk about makeup related items, I've got 2 items relating to hair removal, and so I thought I would show you what I use. I use 2 things, either this Silk Appeal 7, this is for epilation, or I just use this Bic razor, and they're both things that I have used again for many, many years. This is, I think, my 3rd one of these, this Silk Appeal 7 that I've got, and so it's a rechargeable cordless one. I use this on my legs. I have used it on my underarms, and I do occasionally use it under my arms, but it can be painful because I find sometimes it kind of grabs a bit of skin, and that's not great. And so I generally avoid my underarms unless I'm feeling really brave, but I use this on my legs and it's brilliant. It's not painful at all on the legs. It's just like pulling out lots of little hairs, you know, and because it's so quick and it's got these sort of these rollers at either side are supposed to distract the nerves from pain, you know, and like I said, I don't find it painful at all on my legs. I do find it painful under my arms. I've also sometimes used this on my bikini area, but only, this is the way I can describe it without being too graphic. I've used it on my bikini area on the bit that you would see if you were looking straight on, so kind of the top bit, but anything like kind of under near your bits, no, I wouldn't use this because it would just be too painful. But I love my epilator, I wouldn't be without it. And the other thing I use is this, and this is a Bic razor. And I wanted to show you this because there seems to be so many adverts for ladies' razors, and they seem to be pretty much the same thing, you know. They often come attached with a sort of shaving foam type thing in a solid, and I have tried them all. I remember I tried this huge one, I don't know if they still do it, this great big one that was surrounded by sort of a soapy thing, you know, a sort of shaving foam soap, I suppose. And they're all very, very nice, but none of them are as good as this. And these are men's razors, but they're the very, very cheap one. They're just the Gilette Blue 2, I think they're called, and you buy them in a big bag. And I use this with my shaving foam, and I use that to shave under my arms, to shave my bikini line, and it's the best thing. It's not the best thing if you're somebody that gets ingrown hairs. That's a whole other story, because I do actually occasionally use the Veet dilapidatory cream, because that's definitely better if you don't want ingrown hairs, but you know, that's a different story. But for effectiveness, these 2 are fantastic. On to makeup related things, and the first thing I wanted to talk about is how I wash my brushes and my beauty blenders and anything else that is used to apply makeup. And it is, I decant it into this little bottle. This is just a contact lens fluid, just a mini travel contact lens fluid that I washed out, and I then decant into it my liquid detergent. And so it needs some more in it because I've just washed my brushes and beauty blenders. Although, like I said earlier, I do often put my beauty blenders in a kind of lingerie bag and put them in the washing machine. I've found that the Real Technique sponges last very well through the wash. None of them have got anything wrong with them at all. The beauty blenders don't fare quite as well. I have noticed little bits of the sponges missing the more I wash them, and so they don't fare quite as well. But this method, along with this, I mean, look how old this is. You can see that I've used it to wash my brushes. This is just a silicone oven glove, and I think this is what I showed on one of my most popular videos. It's not popular now, but Sigma came out with a brush cleaning glove, and I did a video that was the Sigma brush cleaning glove dupe, and it was this oven glove. And it was just so popular, and I had bought the Sigma glove and tried that. But this is still, out of all of the different gadgets I've tried, and I've tried, there was a Real Techniques one that you just suction into your sink and use that. I've tried the Beauty Blender cleanser, the Beauty Blender solid cleanser. I've got the Revolution solid cleanser. I feel like I've tried everything that's been raved about, you know, using oil beforehand and all sorts. The best way, the best tools and the best product for cleaning my brushes and beauty blender are these 2. I just put a bit of liquid detergent on here, put my brushes on like that, rinse them, and I stand them then on an old face cloth, or I lie them down depending on, you know, whether they need shaping or not, or whether they're solid or not. And that has worked for me very well. That's what gets them the cleanest, you know. So I thought I would share it with you. Liquid detergent, very, very easy. And I'll try and find one of these. There won't be the exact one, I wouldn't think, but really, really good. A tool that I could not live without, or I certainly could not put on any false lashes without, is this eyelash tool. I've actually now got a mini one by Velour that came in a set. So they look like tweezers, but they are, I think I actually prefer the longer ones. These ones are Japanesque and these ones are Velour, and these ones came in the set of magnetic lashes, I believe. But I first discovered these years ago, and again, I've showed them in favourites before. They're just fantastic for putting lashes on. I see people doing it with their fingers, and I'm assuming the reason I can't do it is I've got big fingers. And I know I've got big fingers. I've got big fingers, I've got big fingernails. When I see my friend, I would say her is this the index finger? Yeah, is probably the same as my little fingernail. She's got really dainty, skinny hands, you know, and I'm like, my God, my nails are massive and my hands are massive. So I've tried putting eyelashes on with my hands, and I just can't do it. If I do it with tweezers, they're too sharp and it ends up kind of hurting my lashes, but these are absolutely perfect. And the trick is to just make sure that you completely clean them before you use them, and then hold on, place them on like so. You know, you can hold them for as long as you want, and then you can use the tip to push down because it's not sharp, so you can make sure that it's stuck properly to your lids, which is something I really need to do because I always end up, or I used to always end up with a little bit in the corner sticking up. Still do sometimes, and I don't know whether that's the shape of my eye or me not putting enough glue on or what, but these, I just wouldn't bother putting eyelashes on if I couldn't find these. The final two items are mirrors, and the first one, I don't know if I can show you without like blinding you, is this. This is one of these magnifying mirrors, just the tiny little ones, and it's got two suction cups. I've actually got two of these. This is how much I love them. And as soon as it breaks, because the one I've got in the bathroom is attached to the shower door, and that's what I use to kind of look up close. Once I've got no makeup on, you know, I'll look up close at, have I still got those tiny little milia or whiteheads or whatever on my chin? Have I got the milia around my eyes? You know, it's for looking at things really, really close. And so it's on my shower door. But about once every couple of months it falls off the shower door. It just obviously loses the suction and falls off, and normally it's fine, but sometimes it breaks. When it breaks, I immediately go out and buy another one, because I'll go into the bathroom and go to look in there. I'll look in at my eyebrows, I'll, you know, all sorts. When I'm doing my TCA peels, I'll have a look and see if there's any peeling, and I just feel lost without it. But I also have one in my makeup bag, and again, I would feel lost without it because I use this to pluck my eyebrows and to just kind of have a closer look at everything. You know, maybe it's not a good thing looking that close. Nobody else is going to see that close, but it is really good for getting every single little eyebrow hair out. That's what I use it for the most. It's like, right, okay, I need to pluck my eyebrows, and you just feel confident that once you've done it with this mirror, everything, you've got everything, you know. The final item and mirror is this. This is a folding mirror, and it is by Iona or Iono, I'm not sure. It sits like so, and then you can fold it closed, or you can also use it just as an ordinary mirror like that. This is my most recent purchase in that I think I bought this a year or two ago, but I bought it to replace one that I again had broken, and I remember it was a flowery one, but it was exactly the same, a folding mirror that was exactly the same. And these are just amazing. This is what I do my makeup in the morning. I do have another mirror that I kind of hold sometimes, but this is great for hands-free makeup. You know, you can do your blush, you can just sit it up anywhere and it sort of stands up like so, so you can move it to get the right position that you need to see your face properly. But I also use this for my hair. I use this in the living room for curling my hair. I take this on holiday with me, and it's just fantastic because, like I said, you can stand it up, you can fold it, this one, so it's protected. It's more protected than my last one, and you can hold it and, you know, get close up to do your makeup that way. So again, if I broke this, I would go straight out and buy another one. So I hope you enjoyed that, I guess, beauty basics, isn't it? I just was looking at them and thinking, I've never talked about these items, and these are really all essential to me. So let me know what your beauty essentials are. What items can you not live without? And that might mean that I find some new can't live without items. That would be fantastic. I'll tell you what I've got on makeup wise. I am wearing the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation in Dune. On my eyes is, I just used my little Too Faced natural palette. It's the older one that I used, and I just used the peachy colour. On my cheeks I used a Catrice blush in Blooming Hibiscus, and then on my lips I used a Stila liquid lipstick in Palermo. I can't remember where I got these earrings from, but I love them, absolutely love them. And I also love this nail colour, and this is, do I have it here? No, I only did these yesterday. This is China Glaze. It's a normal nail polish, and it's called Rose Among Thorns. And like I said, it's a normal nail polish, but I did do my nails myself. A lot of people are asking, did I do my own nails? I do. I just use builder gel on them, so they're mostly my own nails. I think I extended this one because it was the one that had that little infection in, you know, from getting water underneath the builder gel. And I've got into the knack of being able to shape them now on this hand anyway. This one not so much because I've got a wonky nail. But anyway, that's what that is. I will list everything in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.